Hello everybody, this is Doomsday Duo Lover 200 back with another video. I already recorded this video, but then parts of it were like really bad quality, and then the audio was like all messed up and whatnot. So I'm just gonna try to do what I can, and I guess I'll have to just voice over this entire video. So I was basically talking about how much I really love Whirling Wendy, and I was really excited to get her. But first I was showing off this awesome t-shirt by Unnerving Nurse on Instagram. And I will put his Instagram page on the screen just so you can check out his art. It's just awesome. Okay, so here I am just showing off what the box looks like. You have that front right there. She looks awesome. But turn it to the side. We still don't know whose house this is, but that's another problem for another day. And then I will turn it around, and there is the back with her story and everything, nothing important. And then her other side of the box that just shows her motion and like the fact that she has 4 lines. And now I turn the box back around and I am going to open it. And I clearly struggle a lot because these are like very heavy duty boxes. They're very durable, which I do really appreciate, but sometimes they're just really hard to open. Like, you just see me struggling right here to get it open. Oh, I got it open. And the first thing you see is this pull-out tray, except for I got like attacked by this like wire. So when I went to go open her box, everything just fell out, which was just wonderful. So I'm just going to show you the parts anyways. So first we're going to start off with this neck ruffle. Then I'm going to take the leg foams out of the box. Just nothing special, standard on every prop. Here is one of her arms with a cotter pin, which I really dislike. I am not a cotter pin fan. And then here are the instructions. They're actually like giant. I don't know why they're so big. And then here is her back piece. And then there is like the wire that shapes her skirt. It's split into those 2 pieces, which is, I guess, not really necessary, but whatever Spirit wants. There's her other arm that fell out. And oh yeah, and then her clothes. I completely forgot that her clothes fell out. They were just sitting on my floor, but they were all in there. And then you got these 2 leg pulls, which just slide right out. I thought I like broke the box here because they just came right out, but I think we're fine. I just threw those to the side. So then I went to remove this middle layer. And then right down in this bottom layer is where most of her stuff is. And you can see her head there a little bit. But the first thing I took out was the base. It's not really a tiny base. It's not really a big base, but it's not like this small. I've definitely had smaller in my time. But here's me struggling to take everything out. Here is one of her hands. That is her right hand, I believe. And then I go to take out her other hand, her left hand. The detail on these are just amazing. I do love them so much. I love the daggers that she has. And then here are both of her shoes. And then this is her main body motor, the one that controls her head. Here is the main motor for her skirt. I was just playing around with it a little bit because the little white like plastic piece on top like came off, and I wasn't sure if it was broken or anything, but yeah, that part right there, it just came straight off. But I put it back on and it seems to be fine. And then for the best part, really, the head, I haven't looked at it beforehand, so here's me just taking off that bag and just talk about her hair a little bit. I think it looks really good. I love the like 3 different colors. And then the wing nut I really don't care for. And then there is the head. It doesn't look horrible. It could definitely look better. I think I talked about like planning on stuffing it, which I did just a tiny bit, because you can like see right here that there's like a lot of free space in her head and there's not a full mold, which I really wish SVI would start doing on their animatronics, but I will never live to see that day. So your first step is just going to be start with the base, and then you take the 2 leg poles. Don't do what I did here, place them the other way around. It is very important how you place the leg poles. I did not realize that until I messed them up. Yeah, this is what I did here. This does not look good. It didn't even look right. I don't know why I did it. And then I just continued to put on the shoes and then the leg foam. And then I realized my mistake, so I had to turn everything around. After fixing that, your next step is just going to be to take her pants and put them over her legs. Now this part is completely optional. You can do it now or you can do it later. I just chose to do it now. But I took her little bows that go on her shoes and I just attached them right on in there. Here is where I had to bring out the instructions because I had no clue on how this whole like skirt thing worked. But you're supposed to take that big piece with her skirt neck on it and you're just supposed to attach it to her legs like normal. So after you attach that main piece, you're supposed to take the frame of the skirt and connect the wires that were not connected beforehand, and then you just want to lay it right over top, which I did have some trouble with, but you just got to play around with it a little bit. There is like a prong on the skirt where you have to like match it up with the Mac, but you would see it if you're setting her up. You can also kind of see it in the video right where I'm like right in the front where I'm struggling. After this, you are going to take her skirt and her clothing. You could also pull up the pants and bring it around like the hip loop, but you have to like drape this skirt right on top. There's no Velcro or anything. Here's me like trying to, yeah, there you go. It's just one big piece and you just put it right on over. And there are little like fastener hooks that are on the bottom of the skirt, and then there are also some on the top of the skirt, and you just have to put those right around the frame. This part took me a good minute, but there is that main body piece and then there is that frame. There's a little cotter pin on it. I don't think the cotter pin was necessary, but you just have to put those two together like that. After that, you put that main torso piece right on top of that skirt, and then you go and you take her shirt and then you just wrap it around that. Your next step will be to take her right arm, take the cotter pin out, and just put it right through her sleeve, and then do the same with her hand. That is what it should look like. There's also some Velcro, and you can see that she's like sort of getting the same height as me, which is kind of offensive because it says she's 5'5", and I feel like I'm much taller than 5'5", but whatever, beats me. Your next step is going to be to take her left arm and take the cotter pin off and do the exact same thing, put it through the sleeve, and then attach that hand. It should look just like that. Your next step is going to be to take her collar, and there are little Velcro pieces on the bottom of it, and attach them to the various pieces that are on her shirt. You can see there's like two up top, and then there's one right there in the front. I forgot to put on her back plate, so I'll just do that now. And then your next step is going to be to put her head on. I'm just sitting here playing with her hair a little bit, trying to get her bangs to look right. So I put her head on and it should look just like that. Then all you have to do left is to fix her clothing, put her IR sensor in, and your setup is pretty much complete.
Hey, I have a fun idea. Let's play chess. I throw my knives and you try to catch them with your face. You can trust me. won't get cut. But can you please stand still? It's time for target practice. Round and round I go. Where will my knife land? Nobody knows. Hey, I have a fun idea. Let's play guess. I throw my knives and you try to catch them with your face.
Okay, so that was Whirling Wendy. That was her demo. I really love her audio. I like her animation too. I like that her head sometimes like just spins over and over, and sometimes it turns and then spins. I honestly like the name Fiona Frazzles a lot better than Whirling Wendy, but for the sake of the video, I'll just call her Wendy. I really love Wendy. I love her design, especially her dress. Like the color palette is my favorite, and with her hair. I love the hair colors. What is really unique about this prop is that she is a female clown, and we do not see that very often. We have not seen it since 2024 with Lucky Liz, but I don't even like to consider Lucky Liz an animatronic because she's, well, Lucky Liz. But then there was Harriet Hustle and everything, and she was pretty cool. But Whirling Wendy's like our first like adult woman, like full standing female clown, and I really like her for what she does. Her price $250, sort of steep for what she is, and it sucks that they really are starting to roll out these like 20% off coupons, so you kind of have to like pay full price. For my pros about her, great design, great audio, great movement. And then for her cons, I really only have one con, and that is how her face looks. Because if I'm being honest, she is kind of ugly. I think it's really just her side profile with how she looks. But besides that, she's a great animatronic. Let me know what you guys think of her in the comments. And like the video, subscribe maybe. And I'll see you guys in the next video.